Well, something a little bit different this morning. We are up bright and early with the sparrows as we have Lake McKenzie planned for today. It's our final inland lake on this part of the trip, so really looking forward to it. I guess the aim is to actually get up and out there nice and early before all the tour buses and big crowds, so we can actually get a decent spot and maybe have some peaceful time before everybody else arrives. Lake McKenzie is incredibly popular, so that's the ambition for today, and I believe that it's the only thing that we have planned for today. Everything else that we do is going to be spontaneous, so looking forward to it anyway. It's been a while since been to Lake McKenzie, and I'm really keen.
Lake McKenzie is the most well-known inland lake on Fraser. It's known for its incredible beauty, and odds are if you pick up a postcard from Fraser Island, Lake McKenzie is the photo. We were up nice and early to get out there before the crowds, as it's known to get quite busy. From Central Station, the distance isn't all that far. A short trek down another cool inland track that weaves through Fraser's ancient rainforest, and we were closing in.
I'm really keen to check out Lake McKenzie. These inland tracks are just awesome through here. The tree cover is sort of broken up, and we can actually see a bit more. Back there for a little while, just due to the tree cover, it still felt like it was dark, but yeah, now it looks like it's easing up as we're closing in on Lake McKenzie. Alright, we made it to Lake McKenzie. Just parked up, and now we're beginning the short trek down to the lake foreshore. I'm so keen to see Lake McKenzie, especially after yesterday's lakes. If they were any indication, I'm in for it. So yeah, really keen to get down here and see what it's like once we arrive. Wow, you guys just get a look at this. This is just spectacular. Wow, you really got to love these freshwater lakes here on Fraser. This is a true paradise. The sun's out now, and literally look, you can just see straight through the water. And the only reason it goes blue out there is because it drops off and it gets deeper. You know, if this wasn't as deep, you'd be able to see through the whole thing. It's truly amazing. Because people really don't lie when they say the lakes here on Fraser Island are some of the most beautiful in the world. This is just incredible.
One ready. Here we go. My hand is a madman.
Kind of wrong, Steve. Yeah, the sun's out.
Ah, well.
Replay. You can do it again. Replay.
Like he's missed it.
Chewy something. Carton or whatever beer he drinks.
I just went for a quick swim in that lake. Wow, it's a bit fresh, a bit cold, but man, it's true paradise here at Lake McKenzie. Absolutely loving it. So we're just bailing up the fearless leader as he has a ham sandwich. Where to next, mate?
Well, I'm figuring we go to Kingfisher Bay, which will be a good place for lunch.
Yep.
So that's why I'm not eating much now. Not that I need it. And then we're going to go, Lake Wabby or something like that.
Yep.
Have a look at that. And then basically, that's about it as far as I know for today.
Righto.
and see what else there is to see as we go along.
Righto, we heard
Who
it
knows?
from the man himself, so Kingfisher Bay is the next destination.
So we decided to head over to Kingfisher Bay for lunch. Accessible via another main inland track, Kingfisher Bay is another main port on Fraser Island. There's a large resort at Kingfisher Bay as well as a barge landing. The resort actually has asphalt road inside the complex. It's very popular for people to come over from the mainland for a day or even just for the weekend. There is everything here so that if you need to stay in the resort, you don't need to leave. It's the complete opposite to Eurong, which is commonly used as a base for exploring.
So this is Kingfisher Bay Resort. It's a little bit different compared to everywhere else in the island. We've got some tarmac under us, which is unusual. We're going into the sandbar for lunch, and then we're going to continue exploring up to Lake Wabby. The kookaburras are laughing at us, but yeah. So we're going to enjoy this this luxury of a restaurant and whatnot before continuing on.
Kingfisher Bay doesn't have that name for no reason. The large wharf is known to be a fisherman's paradise, with schools of mackerel always lurking beneath. Lockie went ahead and got the rod out for a quick spin before lunch.
Lockie's been here for about 3 minutes. He thinks he's on.
You need to tighten your drag a little bit, mate. See this? Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's right.
it's professional stuff.
There's a lot of mackerel around.
Nice. Let's see how we go.
I think I'm actually snagged. I could be snagged actually.
Well, there was no luck yet for Lockie in getting a fish, besides on a plate at the sandbar. We sat around and enjoyed the view while having lunch.
Righto, fantastic lunch there at Kingfisher. Now we're going to leave the luxury of this place behind and head for Lake Wabby, which is actually over the other side of the island. It's going to be a good trek.
After leaving the luxury of Kingfisher Bay, we headed straight down another inland track towards Lake Wabby, which is on the eastern side of the island. It was pretty straightforward and we were really keen to check it out, as we hadn't been disappointed with any of the inland lakes so far. We were fairly confident that these inland lakes here on Fraser were some of the most amazing spots in the world.
Righto, we've successfully made it to Lake Wabby after some more cool inland tracks. Heading down to the foreshore to check it out, and really keen to see what it's like. Here's the Lake Wabby lookout out there. It's pretty cool to see all that sand. Some patches of white sand and yellow sand mixed together out there. It's pretty cool. We'll head down and have a look in a minute.
It was a short, steep walk from the lookout down to the lake. Only a couple of us went ahead with it, but man, was it truly worth it.
Wow, another beautiful lake ticked off the list, and this one is really spectacular, especially because of that huge sand dune back there. It does actually go all the way to the beach. It's about 2 kilometers long. It's just such a beautiful sight. And you got Lake Wabby down there. Really nice down there. You can swim in Lake Wabby, however you've got to descend down the side of the sand dune like that. In order to get back up again, well, you've got to climb up. So we're opting not to do that. But truly beautiful lake. Well, that's Lake Wabby all finished off there for us. A fantastic view down there, especially that big sand dune. That was pretty spectacular. Now that pretty much finishes off our second day of exploring the inland region of Fraser. It's been absolutely spectacular, and now it's going to begin our trek back to camp for a nice relaxing afternoon.
From Lake Wabby, it was a fairly lengthy trek down another inland track to get back to our camp at Central Station. Today we had covered a fair amount of distance and completed a large loop similar to that of yesterday.
Righto, back at camp after a fantastic day of exploring. Some really spectacular sights today with Lake McKenzie, Lake Wabby. I mean, that was just awesome. And so these last 2 days pretty much conclude our inland section of exploring, and wow, I mean, it's been fantastic. I think we've seen some of the best lakes in the world throughout this little adventure through the inland section, because tomorrow we head out onto the East Beach and up the Maheno zone. I'm so keen for that. You know, whenever you see kind of pictures and videos of Fraser Island, the Eastern Beach is and the Maheno is kind of the main things that you see. So really keen for that. It's our final night here at Central Station. It's been great. I love this little campground here, so keen to just sit around and enjoy our final night here and then get a move on in the morning out onto the Eastern Beach. Here we are at Eurong this morning. We have left our camp at Central Station. It was our final night last night there. Fantastic little camp spot all down there among the trees. But now we are trading in the rainforest camping for beach camping on the remainder of this trip, as tonight we plan to be in the Maheno zone. So we're going to have some brekkie here at the Eurong Bakery, and then we'll be on our way up the beach, and we're really keen. So we made it to the Maheno wreck here. This is one of the most famous landmarks here on Fraser Island. You see it on all the postcards, everything, and it's almost tradition that if you do come to Fraser, you have to come and get a photo in front of the Maheno, or did you really come to Fraser, you know? So that's it there in all of its glory. It's an old ship that washed up on the shore here many years ago, and just over the years it's been left to wash away and been claimed by the sea. Every year the condition obviously deteriorates, and there will come a day when
this won't be here anymore, but for now we get to enjoy this in all of its beauty. Such a nice sight here on the picturesque eastern beach of Fraser Island. It's absolutely amazing. How good is this little spot, the Maheno wreck? It literally looks like it's straight off a postcard, and you know what, to be honest, that's probably because it is. This is literally on Fraser Island postcards, so this is a really great spot. The weather's amazing for visiting this thing today. Couldn't be happier. So now we're going to just continue to find a spot for lunch, putt around, explore a little bit. Absolutely fabulous weather for the east coast of Fraser. We couldn't be happier. It felt surreal to be driving along the eastern beach of Fraser. Its beauty really can't be matched, not to mention that we had the perfect weather. Now we began searching for a spot for lunch, and there were a few options, and they were all little villages along the main beach. Most of them have fuel houses and usually somewhere to eat. After a little bit of looking around, we decided to head to Happy Valley, which was the closest one to the Maheno. There is a restaurant and bar there, as well as a collection of memorabilia from the Maheno Shipwreck. It was pretty cool. Stopped off at Happy Valley for lunch. There's a nice bar and bistro just up here that we ate at, and there's also inside there is a little collection of memorabilia from the Maheno when it first landed on the shores here in Fraser, and you could actually still go on board it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that was taken off the ship and added to the collection here that's available for viewing. We also just got some fuel here. The magic number was $3.50 per litre, so with a bit of luck, hopefully we don't need to fill up again on the island. That should do us for a little while. Now for the afternoon, we're just going to go for a little bit of an explore up the main beach again before we start looking for a campground. After an awesome lunch at Happy Valley, we began trekking up the beach and intended to spend the afternoon at one of Fraser's most incredible spots. We didn't make it too far up the beach before our first stop off. We are at the very famous Eli Creek. Beautiful little spot, you can't miss it. This is a freshwater creek that drains off a freshwater spring somewhere in the middle of the island and pumps millions and millions of litres of fresh water out into the ocean. It's very, very popular spot, especially in peak times. There's a big boardwalk that goes all the way down to the end here that we're going to go down.
and it's pretty popular to head down there with a big blow up floaty and float your way down the creek all the way out. It's kind of cool. The natural current as it pushes the water out does that for you, so it's pretty spectacular. Such a beautiful spot. Anyway, we're gonna go take a look, and of course gonna bring you guys with us. How amazing is Eli Creek? It's just this beautiful crystal clear creek that swerves through the bush. You can walk down it, float down it, whatever you like. Just once you get down the end, the natural current just pushes you out, and it's absolutely amazing. To be honest, it's actually a little bit difficult to go back the other way. It's truly spectacular. Another one of Australia's must-see things ticked off the list for us on this Fraser adventure. Couldn't be happier.
Eli Creek is one of Fraser's most popular and must-see attractions. It's a true wonder of the natural world, and we were thrilled to have finally ticked it off the bucket list. We couldn't be happier with this adventure so far. We had seen some of the most incredible places in the world, no doubt.
Wow, what a fantastic little stop Eli Creek was. The next mission for us now is to try and find a camp spot somewhere up along the beach around the Maheno zone. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see how we go and where we end up camping.
Well, after pushing up the beach for a little while, we finally came across the Maheno zone, which was our designated camping zone for the night. All the beach camps on Fraser are split up into zones, and once you find your zone that's listed on your camping permit, you can find a spot anywhere in that area to camp. For us, it was shaping up to be a little bit of a mission due to the size of the convoy, but in the end, we made it work.
How's this for a camp spot, eh? Right by the beach, and it's just awesome. Oh, I'm so keen to get set up here. You can see the Maheno just down there. Truly awesome spot. It's going to be an all-timer, this one. Now this really has to rank with one of the best, if not the best, campsite that we've ever stayed at. I mean, you've got the pristine beach, you look down there, crystal clear day, the sun's setting. We camped right there, and you've also got the Maheno wreck just up there, which is literally a postcard photo, which is absolutely incredible. Can't believe this is where we're camped for tonight. Amazing.
Hey guys, like Next Level Adventures here. We're at the stunning, what is it? Fraser Island. As you see here, there's a wild Ryan in the background. But he's taking photos of himself. So will I. But yeah. Anyway, here's the crew. There's Jordan. There's Jake with the pitties. And me on the other hand. Oh, there's my rig over there with the swag. Goodbye.